On this episode of Internet Business Mastery, we answer questions sent in through our Facebook page by our listeners. And in the quick tip, you'll discover an easy way to clean up your Twitter direct message inbox.
Welcome to InternetBusinessMastery.com, where you will learn to take control, make more money, and start an internet business today. Here are your hosts, Sterling and Jay.
Hey everyone, I'm Sterling.
And I'm Jay, and thanks for joining us. If this is your first time, welcome. This show is all about helping you to discover how to make money online so you can enjoy more control and freedom in your life. To get started right away, visit freevideogift.com. So Sterling, a couple days ago, I was on Amazon. I ordered some brand new headphones. I'm not wearing them. My usual headphones I'm not wearing now. These are awesome, Audio-Technica headphones I've had for like 10, 11 years. They've just been through the ringer and have never quit. And finally, like 2 days ago, they finally quit. So I went on there, and of course, they hit me up and said, oh, well, try Amazon Prime, and you could have these things like tomorrow or whatever. And I know you've done Amazon Prime quite a bit. And so I decided to go ahead and give it a try. Not only, obviously order books, you get them fast and stuff, but there's just so much stuff you can get on Amazon these days. And something in that moment of them making that offer to me, I remembered something you said of like, you even order like hair gel off of Amazon Prime. So I was curious to ask you some of the ways you use Amazon Prime and maybe how it, it sounds like maybe you use it to streamline your life a little bit and maybe even automate bits of your life. So what has your experience been with Amazon Prime?
Well, yeah, I use it a lot. And I mean, they're brilliant at even having this because the moment you have something now, the Amazon Prime is just that you pay a yearly fee and you basically get the 2-day shipping for free. And since I know that I just order a lot on Amazon, I knew that it would just save me time and money. And by even doing that, and I did the calculation the first time. I'm like, okay, well, this is about how much I buy. Here's how much more the 2-day shipping is. I'd have to do this many. I can't remember what it is, but at the time I calculated, and I was like, wow, I do that in like 2 months, that many products sent to me. So, that'll be awesome. But yeah, I basically go to Amazon first. And it's quite interesting to me now. I realize that I actually buy my clothes, my shoes, almost everything online now. And it was just the other day that I thought, oh, I don't want to wait a couple of days to get hiking boots because I was going to buy some hiking boots. I've been hiking a lot lately. And I thought, oh, what am I going to do? I don't want to wait 2 days. And I'm like, oh, there's a sports store down the street. I had forgotten, like it wasn't my first thought to just drive over and buy the shoes right now or the boots. Because I'm so used to now just going, in my mind, I go, I know I'll just, I'll go over to my post office box and get those in a couple of days. But it basically, it was just the thought of there's a lot of things that I hate driving around, first of all. I don't like going to this store and that store. I hate shopping in almost every form. So being able to just go online real quick, take 5 minutes, order it, and just, couple of times a week I go over to, my post office box and grab the stuff. That's perfect for me. And usually the price is better than the store anyway, strangely enough. And if I get the free 2-day shipping, do you know what I mean? Like it ends up being better for me all the way around. And I don't have to, spend 2.5 hours driving around all over. And I've got a lot of little specialty items that I get, like my hair gel. I can't get it where I shop. So I went online and there it is. So if I was to go buy it, I'd have to like go to the store, get my groceries, go here, get the hair gel. Like I just wouldn't do that normally. So it came out of that. And I can't remember, another friend of mine that buys probably even a little bit more books and stuff than I do. He's the one that told me about it. And I've used it for, 4 years or something now. And I easily get, I get maybe 5 books at least a month. So,
wow.
As well as, I get a lot. So I even buy my protein bars and that kind of stuff through Amazon. There's food items I buy, just little specialty things that, I can't get at one place, where I grocery shop. So I get it all on Amazon and I use my own affiliate link. So there you go.
So there's a couple tips for everyone. Number one, maybe Amazon Prime makes sense for you, or maybe there's some things that you are buying offline, but you could just buy online, and that it'll make the shipping make sense. But then also buy through your own affiliate link. There you go. I never thought about that one. I don't know why. Never thought about that one. Well, I'm giving it a trial here for the month, so I'm going to see, if I'm going to basically, as I think about anything I need to buy, I'm just going to go and see if Amazon has it at the right price, and maybe just do it that way. Maybe it will save me some running around and shopping, like you said. So anyway, we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know, but I definitely wanted to hear your experience with it. So thanks for that.
Yeah, and again, the genius thing on their end is when you think that you have that free shipping, you suddenly start thinking of 10 times more stuff that you want through them. It's
Right.
like the most odd thing that happened. I mean, I never used to buy this much stuff, and I probably used Barnes & Noble and whatever, but back 4 years ago before I started using this. But yeah, every time I think, oh, I can get that in 2 days from Amazon, you know what I mean? Like, I always look there first. So it's genius, I think, on their part.
Sweet. I dig it.
And now, the features segment.
So recently we were looking at our episodes from last year just to kind of see, like, what were the ones that got downloaded the most? What were the most popular episodes? And interestingly, the most popular episode of all last year was a Q&A episode, an episode where people sent in questions and we answered them right here on the show, which I guess makes sense. So it occurred to us, well, it's been a little while since we've done one of these, so why not do another Q&A episode? So here we are doing another Q&A episode. This time we did something a little bit different. Usually I think we had people just sending them in by email or something like that, but all of these questions were sent in through our Internet Business Mastery page on Facebook, which, of course, you can find at facebook.com/Internet Business Mastery. And if you haven't gone over there to check it out, it's a great place to get immediate updates of all of our latest content, as well as some other little exclusive tips and posts and things. So, if you like our content and you wouldn't mind getting a small daily dose of Internet Business Mastery in your life, definitely worthwhile getting over there. And plus, it's a place where you can talk back and comment and even ask a question on occasion. We might be there to be able to answer that for you as well. But again, all these questions were sent in through our Facebook fans, or I don't know, what do they call it now that it's not fan?
Just
like you don't.
It's a fan page still, but it's
they
just, I don't know, your like page. It just keeps changing.
All right. Well, our likees, our fans, whatever you want to call them.
I don't like the word fan page myself. I don't, because in what we do, we think of it as a community. We just happen to kind of head the community. So a fan sounds different to me than what I like, but I still think it is called fan pages.
There you go. It's our community. These questions were sent in by our Facebook community members.
There you go.
Perfect. I like that. It's good. All right. So thank you to all those who sent in questions. And let's go ahead and dive in. We've got a few here. We just picked out a few that we thought everyone would be interested in hearing about. So the first one comes in from Muhammad Idris. Hopefully I'm saying your last name correctly. He says, how do you build authority and relationships with others in your niche? So I'm assuming here, Muhammad, that what you're asking about is like making relationships with other potential partners and colleagues and some of the influencers in your market, as opposed to building up your own following, getting a relationship with them. So I'm assuming that's what you mean when you say with others in your niche. So this is an excellent question. It is a good idea to not be. You don't want to be insular in your blogging and your content creation and in your business, because there are a lot of those people you might even consider to be your competitors can always end up being great partners in promotions and things like that. When you're just starting out, finding other people who already have influence and piggybacking off of that influence and somehow making it worth their while is a great way to really jumpstart what it is that you're trying to do. But the key there is making it worth their while. So you got to think about, well, what are the things that these other people want? Well, one great way to get the attention of and hence build a relationship with others in your niche is just to, first of all, be very visible and in front of them. And there's a lot of great, easy ways to do that these days. Being on their blog, commenting regularly, they'll definitely take notice of that. Being on Twitter and interacting with them regularly or retweeting their stuff, they'll definitely take notice of that. being on Facebook and commenting regularly will definitely help with that. And there are absolutely people in our community who, have regularly commented, regularly interacted with us on Facebook, and whose names just stick out. And it has led to opportunities of us helping them out or working with them, just because, when somebody emails you and you already recognize their name and well, hey, this person's really been bringing something to our community because they've been in our forums a lot, in the academy or whatever the case may be. That name recognition goes a long way, and in us interacting with them. So that would be one of the first things that I would recommend. What else would you add to that, Sterling?
Well, if you can become an affiliate of theirs and make them a lot of money, they'll definitely, that builds authority and relationship. I think, us getting to number one on the affiliates for Jeff Walker certainly helped him understand who we were. And he even said, "Who are you guys? Like, how did you do this? And I want to know who you are and what your business is." And that definitely helped us build authority and what's become, quite a good relationship with him over the years. So, making the other person money, that's a good one. I think even offering, if they have a blog, to write, new content for them from time to time. Because I know that for our blog right now, we have guest writers from time to time as well. And we're always looking for people. So anytime we can, it gives us a break on writing content. Like if somebody would offer that to us, I mean, that's an amazing thing. Again, it's like you doing something for the person first definitely helps build a great relationship. And, like when it came to Jeff Walker, when we made him money, and then he's talking about, well, what authority do you guys have other than just making me money? And then we're like, oh, we're number one in internet business on iTunes. Then it's like, oh, wow. So it's like doing those things to get you into that place of authority, or you have X amount of followers, or this kind of stuff helps build that relationship as well.
Yeah, good stuff. So being in front of them regularly, selling stuff for them, or creating quality content for them, and that might be in the form of offering to do guest posts. It might be in the form. One way that we've definitely built up social capital with potential partners in our market is to create quality content that they then put in as bonuses for their, for their products or things like that. Content that was original stuff that they weren't making already, and that just added value and added that for freely. So all those, I think that should give you some great ideas about how to get the attention and hence build up a relationship with others in your niche.
And just so that you all know, we're still looking for people that have relevant information that would want to write for our blog from time to time. Again, we have some people that write for us once a month or so, and we're always looking for guest posters that have stuff that are very, very relevant to internet beginners. So, if you're interested in that, definitely shoot me an email at support@internetbusinessmastery.com, and we'll see if we can get a blog post up for you.
All right, the next question comes in from David Archer, and he says, if your intended customer is highly analytical, say an engineer or a scientist, is there any particular change you have to make to your marketing efforts?
Yeah.
Excellent question. So here's couple things I'd say. I would consider myself in that group of, having been an engineer in the past, and definitely I'm an analytical person. I like to see facts and figures. In fact, I was on a webinar meeting, a GoToMeeting call recently with a vendor who has a marketing service that we were thinking about using in our own business. And he did an excellent job of speaking. I don't know that he did this intentionally. It's probably the usual presentation that he does. But it just happened to really speak to me as an analytical person. In that call, he was showing me his screen, and he had all kinds of really cool spreadsheets showing, great numbers. And he clearly had a command of what those numbers meant and how to interpret them, those kinds of numbers for us. And so, being somebody who makes lots of big life decisions in a spreadsheet, those kinds of things definitely speak to me. In all good marketing, there's the speaking to the left and right brain, to be a little cliche, the logic and the emotion. And certainly in the end, a lot of decisions are made on emotion, but I'd say you'd need to lean a little bit more on some of those logic-based devices. So facts, figures, charts, proof, statistics, things like that you can include in your information is going to go a long way to getting those people excited about what it is that you have to offer. I'm guessing, I may be off base, but I'm guessing that probably, David, you yourself fall into that group. So just thinking for yourself what it is that works well for you will probably help. And then I'd also encourage you to go ahead and talk to maybe some of your current customers or people that you know that fall into your target demographic, your target market, and also ask them, what kinds of things do you like to see that would really, or maybe, kind of do your pitch and then say, hey, what else could I have added to this that really would have answered your questions or really would have, really would have helped kind of just push it over the edge when it comes to kind of that analytical left brain part of things. But that said, I would say, still don't overlook the power of storytelling, the power of emotion, the power of the benefit behind the benefit of, really getting people viscerally attached to what it is that you're offering, because no matter what, we are human beings and those things still really, really speak to us. All right, the next question comes from Christy Anthony, who says, if you plan on marketing as an affiliate, is there a standard percentage of payout that you should get or anything you should beware of before signing the deal? All right. Well, Christy, the first thing I guess I'd say is I'm not sure exactly what you mean by signing the deal. I mean, there's never been like this irrevocable deal or something official that I guess what I'm saying is like usually you just sign up for an affiliate program. They've kind of already put their terms out there and you just kind of go and look and see, well, do those terms, is it a quality product? Do I believe in it? Does it look like it's worth my time to promote this based on the percentage? What's their track record in converting and things like that? So, it's possible, maybe, just when you say, beware before signing the deal, I'm just wondering if maybe there's some other kind of thing that you're working on that maybe we don't have experience with and how we put together our affiliate deals. But most affiliate programs we sign up for, it's just because it's a product or a service that we already really believe in. We've probably already used ourselves or somebody close to us has used and had great results on. So we go to their site, we click on, their affiliate link, we check out the terms, we see what the percentage is. We see if there's any, special restrictions on what we can or can't do. And, we make sure that their payout is timely and things like that. So, those are some of the usual things. I think we even have an episode a little while back. I can't remember what episode number it is, but there's definitely one where it was about the things to consider before you market an affiliate product. But to speak to your question about percentage, I mean, it can vary. So there's not one blanket answer that we can give because it could be, you can go to Amazon and be an affiliate for them, but a lot of those products, because of just the way their supply chain works and their physical products and the margins are thinner, you might be looking at 2, 3, 4% on a sale that you get for something like that. Whereas then there's big coaching courses and information products that sell for $2,000 and we get a 50% cut because there's huge margins there. And so, they're able to give away a large commission to really incentivize us to push it and sell it. And then all the way down to like our hosting, we just get paid one flat commission when somebody signs up at the beginning. So everything can kind of vary. Certainly you want to make sure that the numbers work out for you. We don't do a whole lot of pushing stuff on Amazon just because we know that in the end it's really going to amount to very little for ourselves. But, something like, Jeff Walker's course that we've promoted many times in the past, his product launch formula, that we've taken ourselves, gotten great results from. He sells at a great price, but then also a healthy 50% commission. I mean, we're going to be very motivated to go and sell that kind of a thing. So it's just going to kind of vary on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah, you definitely want to think through your time versus the money because, we just got an offer. Somebody said, hey, pitch my book and you'll get $10 per book sale. And, like the way I think about it, I go, okay, well, it'll take X amount of time to put in the emails and to check on it and make adjustments to try and get more sales and this kind of stuff. There's a certain amount of time it'll take. And let's say it'll be 4 emails that I'll send out and maybe a blog post and maybe we talk about on the show. And I get $10 per sale. Then somebody comes along and says, hey, you'll get $1,000 per sale for 4 emails, putting up a blog post and mentioning on the show. Clearly, you want to consider that when you're doing it because, we now know about how many people when we do a webinar, it's like how many people get on there, how many people buy. We know that stuff now, and that's where we can calculate, well, if it's going to be 25 people are going to buy, if it's going to be $1,000, maybe 50 will people buy the book instead, but still it's nowhere close in the same income. So you definitely want to consider that, because the time it takes to do this stuff is the same usually, right? Like if it's 4 emails, you're going to have to take the time to put them into Aweber or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's going to be the same amount of time, but you just want to know what the money back is going to be. And that, of course, is after you know that you love the product and, whatever, but still, it's something to consider.
And lately, one of the big considerations for us is we like to promote product. I mean, obviously, yeah, all the given things that we believe in the product, we know it's good, we know they have good customer service, et cetera, et cetera. But we also then, for our own business purposes, we like to choose affiliate products to promote that if they do well, in a little launch that we do to our list, that then we could take it and put it into our automatic back-end machine of offers, meaning we could stick it into our autoresponder series. So say, we do a special launch with in fact, here's an example that we did, getreplacemyself.com, the webinar and training and offer that John Jonas has teaching about outsourcing. Did really, really well with our list. So then we made it a part of our back end. And now, so people who are coming into our list now, eventually they're going to get to a point in our autoresponder series where they're going to see, an offer to go and watch the webinar and learn about this outsourcing and things like that at an appropriate time. And so now every month that's building new income for us. So we really like offers that not only, are we pitching or putting forward to our audience once, but then if it works out, it makes sense as kind of a back-end ongoing recurring income as well. All right, the next one comes from, there's no name, but just the brand name is where it came under, 7 Pillars of Selling Online. So here's what he says. He says, "Hi, Sterling and Jay. I'm working on my site, 7pillarsofsellingonline.com, and would like to know your recommendations on video hosts for use within the membership portion of the site." All right, so here's what we do with membership, with the Academy, our membership site. I mean, when it comes to hosting video and media for a membership site, where it's a little more mission critical, people are paying for it, you want to make sure that delivery is quick and dependable and always up. We do host all of that media on Amazon S3. So that means that we, pay a little more each month for the bandwidth and things like that. But it also, it's a very robust system. It's not a huge bill. I mean, considering how many people are in the Academy, it's actually very little that we end up paying for that. So we just end up hosting Flash videos that we render out of Camtasia. And so that gives you the player and everything. And so, we can give them, well, and there's also a, downloadable version, but we render all that out of Camtasia and then just host those and link to them directly on S3, both a streaming Flash version as well as a downloadable QuickTime version, because, some people prefer one or the other. And then, the QuickTime version, I believe we encode them in, I should probably test this, but I believe we encode them in a format that works on iPhone and stuff like that. So, where the Flash version obviously wouldn't be as mobile friendly, they could click on the downloadable MOV link, and it's in a codec that could play on like the iPhone or something like that. And Camtasia can do all that for you. Now, our membership site is based on WordPress, which is, a great platform to run a membership site from. And there's lots of really good plugins and stuff for playing video. For instance, you've got the Flow Player is one that we'd recommend checking out. The Flow Player plugin lets you play a variety of different formats through an attractive little player that you can embed in there. So if you don't have Camtasia, you could check out Flow Player, but it just kind of depends on what you're using to render out your video. You just need to make sure it's in a format that one of these players can play. So that is our recommendation on hosting your videos and media for a membership site. All right, next question comes from Kevin Humphreys, and he says, "Hi, I've been listening to your podcast and have a question regarding search engine optimization. Do you suggest learning SEO and doing it yourself, or is it best to outsource it to someone that knows all the tricks and best practices as they evolve? If so, can you suggest a company for this?" All right, well, first, there's 2 important elements to search engine optimization. The first is what we call the on-page elements. So these are just kind of using the right keywords in the right place on your site such that Google and the other search engines know that your site is relevant to a certain topic. So, we want, like for our site, we want to make it clear that for topics like internet business, internet marketing, that our articles are very relevant to those topics. And so we use those keywords in specific places. Now, the basics of those on-page elements are actually very easy to understand and put into action. In fact, like the way we teach traffic in the academy is such that, hey, just set things up this certain way in WordPress and then just keep, be aware of these few things as you're creating your content. And a large chunk of the on-page SEO optimization stuff is just taken care of for you. I mean, sure, there's some really ninja tricks you can go out there and learn, but kind of that 80-20 rule of, okay, well, what's the 80% or the 20% of the stuff I can do now that'll get me 80% of the results so I don't have to worry about the rest, at least right now, can get you a long way. And so that's why, using WordPress, using permalinks, using keywords in your blog post titles, things like that, go a long way just to begin with. And that's all we did for the first 2 or 3 years.
And I can tell you that, just doing some of those very, very basic things helped get us to the first page of Google for internet business, which is certainly one of our top keywords. It got us in the, 7 to 10 range on the first page just by doing those very, very simple things. Like, I don't know if I even know any ninja tricks because I don't have particularly any interest directly in SEO. That's not even my personality. But being able to certainly put internet business in our blog post title or our podcast title, or make sure that we use 2 or 3 different phrases in blog posts, that's easy. Right, like in the academy, he said we have stuff that explains how to do those particular things. But anyway, yeah, it doesn't have to be hard, and I don't know that I would go out and learn a huge course just to get 1 or 2 little ninja tricks, especially when that stuff changes all the time.
Yeah, I mean, and one of the most important things is just to create frequent, authoritative, quality content. I mean, that goes a long way in the search engines really liking you and your site, which is why that is like the foundation of the marketing that we teach in our system. So definitely apply that 80-20 rule and don't worry about it too much. Now, the second half of search engine optimization is the link building. And link building is about making your site look authoritative and popular, because every link that you have back to a page or to your site is kind of like Google sees that as a vote of like, oh, this is quality content. So not only is it relevant, but it's also some of the most popular authoritative stuff. And some of that link building just happens naturally over time because creating great content, people link to it, it gets submitted into directories and things like that. And there's a few basic things that we teach in the academy, but just to give you a few things you can do right now is, making sure you got a link on all your profiles for social media, getting yourself submitted into some of the basic blog directories and directories online. Any time that you posting some comments here or there can help. I mean, that helps a little bit. But then, one of the things you can do there, because link building is kind of a thing that is most impactful when it is maintained over time. In fact, we've seen this in our own business when we've had someone doing it for us regularly. We see some increased results, and then if they stop, then it can kind of over time wane a little bit. So Google likes to see new links coming regularly to your site. So that is the kind of thing where hiring, there are people who are skilled and trained in that kind of a thing in the Philippines that you could hire for a few $100s a month to go and do that full time for you. Or, there's, if you want to kind of take it even higher, you can go and, there's a friend of ours that has a service that you can check out as well. If you want to look, in fact, he's the one that did link building for us for the last several months and helped bump us up on that front page of Google. If you want to check out his service, you can go to getmylinkbuilding.com. And, he's very skilled in the whole link building thing, has a team of people that work on it regularly for whatever. You just pick your primary keyword that you want to target, and they go to town doing all the different things that they do and definitely when he's out there doing that actively for us, we see those results and we see our rank start climbing up. So that is the thing, that once you have resources, yes, you might want to look into having somebody do some regular link building for you.
And as an example, he actually got us up to number 2 for internet business out of all of Google. It's like 1 billion pages out there that say internet business. And he helped us, we were staying on that first page, but it's really hard to get into that top 5, top 3. And while he was doing his business, whatever he was doing, I don't know what all they do, but he got us to number 2. So that just kind of gives you an example of, when you get to that point, somebody that knows what they're doing, man, they can get you up there. But even without doing that, we were able to get to that front page by doing, our secret ninja trick, which is not so secret and quite easy. It's just doing relevant content.
So one more time, if you want to check out his service, his name's Rob, you can go to getmylinkbuilding.com. All right, and our last question is an audio question that was sent in, so we're going to go ahead and play that now.
Hi, Sterling and Jay. My name is Mark Tully, and I'm a lifetime Internet Business Mastery Academy member. And following some of your advice, I have been recreating my website, which is located at digitallesson.com. I'm a middle school math teacher, and I sell downloads of the lessons and projects I've created. Anyway, my question is, I can do a lot of the WordPress work myself. I've outsourced a couple of the things like the header and the ebook covers, but I'm getting to the point of trying to get the add to cart buttons and the buy now buttons put into WordPress. The service I've been using to sell my digital products for about the last 5 or 6 years, when I talked to their customer service, they said they've had issues with WordPress and may end up putting a disclaimer down that their service doesn't work with WordPress very well. So I'm wondering if you have a suggestion as to the best and most efficient and cost-effective way to sell your downloads on a WordPress website. And my second question is, I want to be able to put up videos onto the site, and even though YouTube is a very popular way that people do that, because my market is middle school math teachers, a lot of schools actually block YouTube access to their school, including my own. So I'm wondering if there is a simple and easy way that you would recommend to post videos to a WordPress site other than YouTube. So thank you very much. I appreciate all your podcasts, your website. The Academy is wonderful, and look forward to hearing what you have to say. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
All right, excellent questions, Mark. So here is the answer to the first part of your question, which was the digital delivery of goods. So let's say you have, digital audio files or digital ebook or something like that, which are obviously the kind of products we're big fans of and teach in the Academy as well. So, you need a good way to be able to manage the taking of the money, manage your customer database, which is something that a lot of people don't think about, is that, that the list of people who have bought goods from you is a huge asset in your business. Having those names and emails and addresses to be able to follow up and do more marketing to them. So thinking now a bit about having a good good shopping cart system is going to allow you to have a database so you can go in and look up, who is this person, what products have they bought from me, and things like that. And even if you only have one product right now, again, having that database, huge value. The thing that we ultimately teach is to go and sign up for something like oneshoppingcart.com, which gives you all of that ability, as well as the ability to deliver digital goods as well. Of course, we have an affiliate program for that. If you'd like to sign up for that through our affiliate program, it's getmyshoppingcart.com. And we have used that for years. And, we've kind of moved on to a bigger system, but it still runs part of our business. And it's, for people just starting out, absolutely the thing that we recommend. And there is, a monthly charge to that. But, again, it's so important to have that good database. Not only also it doesn't make it really easy for you to deliver your digital goods, but then it has all that, the database and all those other things. And it can integrate with a merchant account. It can integrate with PayPal and a lot of different options like that. If for some reason you don't feel like you're ready for that kind of a full-on solution, another solution that we haven't used ourselves, but some good friends of ours have for selling ebooks and things like that, is ejunkie.com. So that's e-junkie with an IE on the end, .com, and you can go check that out. And they have, they kind of make it easy for you to deliver your digital goods and sell that online. So you can check that out. I believe that's going to be a little bit cheaper, but it's not going to be as full-fledged of a database for you. But that's just a decision you'll have to make based on your resources right now. The second part of your question, I'd refer you back to what we answered earlier about delivering video. The one other thing that I would mention, you said that your problem is a lot of your people work in places, a lot of your market work in places where YouTube has been blocked. You can use any of the recommendations we made earlier, hosting it anywhere like S3 and then using like FlowPlay or something like that. Or if YouTube's blocked, well, maybe one of these other ones, there's Vimeo and Vidler and, lots of other ones. Maybe some of those haven't been blocked yet. So you could look into that and see if that's, lots of other video sharing on. Definitely YouTube is the most popular, but there's lots of them out there. So, for delivering your content, to see if there's one that maybe hasn't been blocked. Or worst case, you're just going to have to get Camtasia or something like that and host them yourself on one of your media hosts, and then just, render your own Flash players that you put on your site that way. And that should be able to get through their special firewalls just fine. So see if that doesn't help point you in the right direction. Awesome. Great questions. A lot of fun getting those sent in because we love knowing that we're answering those little sticking points that you're having right now. Of course, this is something we do every single month inside of the Academy. And we have an exclusive Q&A group coaching call just for Academy members where they can get on the phone with us, ask any question that they have, and we'll immediately answer it for them right then and there. And something that might have otherwise taken them days or weeks worrying about or wondering about, we can give them the quick 2-minute answer, and on they go on their way. It makes it nice and easy. So if you are an Academy member, we encourage you to attend those live. There's a link on the homepage as to how you can sign up and attend those. If you're not an Academy member and you'd like to check it out in order to get more Q&A help from us on a regular basis, you can go take a look at that at InternetBusinessMasteryAcademy.com. All right, we have an awesome breakthrough for you this week. This is our favorite kind to get. This one comes from Mandy Ainsworth. She's been a long-time member of the Academy as well as listener of the show. And it was a forum post in the Academy community that she recently posted. And, the headline was basically, I've quit my job. And here's what she has to say. She says, "This is day 4 of being unemployable, and I think it's finally sinking in. Right out of college, I got a desk job from hell, and it lasted a year before I quit to work part-time at Starbucks and part-time on my business. I spent a lot of that time making art, but realized I can't even physically make enough to sell to replace my income, even if I sold out. I went looking for guidance and found the Internet Business Mastery podcast. After several months of listening, I joined the Academy and began to implement all the new things I was learning. I know where the money is in my niche, kits and teaching. I worked on my empire for 2 years and then found exactly the right motivation. I think part of the problem is that I became comfortable with part-time. One day this past December, I was forced to clean the gross toilets at work. I was thinking, I have a frickin' degree and I'm really smart. What am I doing? Then my boss wouldn't let me off on Christmas Eve so I could go visit my mom for the holidays. In the new year, I worked harder than I ever had before. I've been making money offline doing custom jewelry orders and teaching, but last month I launched my first kit online and made $350. It was exciting, but I have more than 500 people on my list, so I'm hoping to do better with my upcoming online class. I will get copywriting help this time too. It feels so surreal as I type this, but I need to get back to work, and the best part is I'm excited to do it." So a huge congratulations to Mandy. It's very exciting. I mean, we've known Mandy, for a few years now as she's been in the Academy. It's been really fun to watch her progress, and it's certainly thrilling when we get those announcements that somebody has finally quit their job to pursue what they really love online in their own internet business. So thank you for sharing that with us, and keep us in the loop on your continued progress, Mandy, as well. If you'd like to take a look at what Mandy is up to, you can check out one of her sites is at beadcircle.com. So yeah, she's been doing a lot of stuff in the beading, crafts beading kind of market, and she said she discovered that kits and teaching have been working really well for her. So excited about that. So definitely take a look at beadcircle.com to see what Mandy's been up to.
And remember, there's a live question and answer call each month for Academy members where you can ask us anything about starting and running an internet business. If you're not a member, no problem. Just go to InternetBusinessMasteryAcademy.com and sign up now.
It's time for the Internet Business Quick Tip.
All right, this episode's quick tip is for the Twitter users out there. One of my frustrations with Twitter is that the direct message feature, you can end up with all kinds, because people have auto direct messages that come to you. And then, I don't really use the direct messaging feature that much. And maybe part of it is because it just gets to be such a mess so easily. And the only way previously to kind of manage those was to one by one go through them and delete them. And so I just stopped paying attention to them altogether. And, one of the things I use a lot to manage Twitter is Hootsuite. And Hootsuite pulls those DM messages in. And I got tired of just all these old messages getting pulled in and not knowing if they were new or not. I was like, there's got to be a way to just kind of clean that out and delete everything that's in there. So whether or not you actively use direct messages in Twitter or just maybe you stopped using it because it was such a mess, or just want to get that taken care of easily and clean that out, the service that I used and found to do this very, very easily and you can do it in bulk, so it takes a matter of seconds rather than having to go and take forever clicking through them. Go to dmcleaner.com, and it's a free service that allows you to clean up your Twitter direct messages. So if that's a frustration you have, definitely check out dmcleaner.com.
If you'd like to get dozens of resources such as this one, you can find them in the Internet Business Mastery Academy, along with video tutorials showing you exactly how we use many of them. So to get your risk-free trial membership to the Academy, go to InternetBusinessMasteryAcademy.com.
You've been listening to the iconoclasts of the 9 to 5, Sterling and Jay. Sterling and Jay invite you to discover one of their most popular video programs ever, the Online Business Freedom Formula. Visit freevideogift.com right now to get instant access to this life-changing video series, pulled directly from the acclaimed Internet Business Mastery Academy membership community. Go now to freevideogift.com. Take control. Make more money. Start an internet business today.